The year is 1781. My name is Deborah. I'm 16 years old. I dream of freedom. It's hard to picture. Even now, I can't see past the ripple of the Potomac River against the high new sun. But even the river is obscured by a British sloop of war. And that ship is obscured by a hand reaching out for my very own. It's Overseer Frederick of River Farm. He isn't on shore ordering workers to bring food and livestock aboard. He's reaching out to me as if I'm the precious cargo. Do you want freedom? The answer flies around my head like an old ball of yarn, unraveling. I try to catch it. Time joins in, freezing everything but my body and mind. My feet are planted firmly on the wharf, jutting out from the shoreline of Mount Vernon. Home. How many homes are you able to know? Does home feel different when you're free? I want to know. I want to know, what do I leave behind? I ask time for help. It obliges. Time takes me back. A few nights ago, it's a full moon. Mama's fast asleep in the quarters of Mansion Cellar. Trying our luck, Lucy and I sneak out. Lucy's my sister, though we're not related by blood. My daddy's gone. Mama and Lucy are the only family I got. Lucy wants to visit her husband, James, a foreman in the fields. I stole a pound of bacon from the smokehouse while taking inventory this afternoon. Shouldn't I get rid of the evidence? Well, I had to follow Lucy. Who else would keep an eye out for Overseer Frederick and his infamous hickory switch? Or a diligent eye out for Lund Washington? I've heard what he's done to runaways. Lucy's risking demotion, being sold, or worse. We made it safely into James' cabin. It's packed. Everybody's hooting and hollering and carrying on, dancing the juba to the joyous banjo and tambourine. Despite the toiling days at Mount Vernon, we always find each other, always finding a space to celebrate and commune. I love us, dear. On nights like this, I can't help but to shuffle my feet. On nights like this, I understand why Lucy takes risk and breaks the rule. And I hate to admit it, but Lucy's stolen bacon is the perfect starter. Oh, if Mama can hear me now. Overseer Frederick, the stolen bacon's in my hand. Oh no. Overseer Frederick pulls a chair, and then he sits. He says, "Don't be afraid. Tonight, I am your friend. I swear." Now it's so quiet you can hear the gnats circling in the air. Y'all saw that smoke this afternoon? The whole cabin nods. Lucy saves a tight grasp for James's hand. The British set fire to a plantation across the river in Maryland. Lund suspects that Mount Vernon will be next. He suspects that a ship come tomorrow with soldiers ordering food and livestock. They will overpower us if we don't comply. Now, I've been ordered to give them everything that they ask for. And the British, they will ask for us too. What do you mean, us? I'm not going anywhere, James shouts. Lucy nods. The whole cabin starts a wave of an agreement. I say nothing. No, They will want us to go with them as loyalists. And in turn, they promise freedom. They'll take us to Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, yes. It's a place, Lund Washington says, far, far away. It's a place where we can be free. Now you can hear the wooden floors creak as everyone leans forward, enraptured by the notion of freedom. Freedom? Are you sure? Lucy says with the tenor of a prayer. Yes, I am. And if given the choice, I'm going to Nova Scotia. How many of you want the same? The whole cabin erupts in cheers. Tomorrow, gather by the wharf at noon. I will escort everyone on their ship. We'll be ready for the British tomorrow. What are we going to do? Lucy says to James. We're going to start a family in Nova Scotia. We're getting on that ship. The lovers embrace. I wonder if someone would ever hold me like that. Before long, Lucy and I make our walk home. The whippoorwills and barred owls call. Moonbeam makes the underbrush sparkle against the hazy air. It feels as if we're wading through a dream. Are you really going to Nova Scotia? I ask Lucy. She doesn't answer. It's not that bad here. There are worse plantations, especially in Virginia. What if you get caught? There's no guarantee you come back here. We don't work in the fields. We hardly get beaten. We can have our own gardens. We can get married. My marriage to James isn't real. I want a real life. I want a real family. I'm your family. It's quiet for too long. Debbie, there isn't any shame in admitting that you want to be free. Lucy's right. Even Mama dreamt of freedom. When I was your age, I planned on running right out of the western gates of Mount Vernon. I wanted everyone to witness my defiance, especially Mr. George Washington himself. And the day I planned to, I woke up and I realized I'd never be fast enough. Then I imagined all the faces that I'd be leaving behind. And that same day, I found out I was pregnant with you. My miracle. My Deborah. I don't tell Mama that Lucy and I sneak out. I don't tell her I know about the gossip of life up north, or that I know about the free blacks even here in the South. I know, but I've heard of it. And if it's true, it'd be miraculous to be counted amongst them. But that doesn't happen if I don't leave Mount Vernon. If I go now, what could life be? Future Deborah is a nurse for the Redcoats at a camp in New York, where she meets a likely man like James. Oh, we embrace and we start a family and we get married right here on American soil. No need for Nova Scotia. But none of that happens if I stay. Time brings me back to this morning, before I found myself standing at noon on this wharf. Wakey, wakey, Debbie, Lucy sings. We got a long walk to cross the bowling green to the kitchen, and we be doomed to make your mother wait any longer. Plus, I heard if we're fast enough, she'll sneak us some drinking chocolate. Now, I know my mama did not say that. I have big plans for us, and you too if you care to join me. I don't answer. Mama's nursing a fire at the stove. She doesn't look up. Lucy speaks. We'll get started on hoe cakes for breakfast, but we'll need more flour by dinner. Can Debbie come with me to go grab more bushels? Mama locks eyes with Lucy. She nods, then returns her gaze to the fire. After a long morning, we sat down for a late breakfast. Mama served Lucy and I leftover hoe cakes and pulled out 3 clay cups. Told you, Lucy says. Mama quiets her with a grin. I can't believe it. Mama ladles luscious, fragrant chocolate, scraping the bottom of the pot and taking extra care to fill each cup to the top. See, Debbie? A little hope can take you a long way, Lucy says, taking an exciting sip. Bravery, too, Mama adds. She takes her sip. That's why I added an extra batch of sugar and cream. I watch Mama and Lucy enjoy their drinks, wary of my own. My miracle. My Deborah. Mama gently pushes the cup up to my lip. I take a sip. And it's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted, and the facts all over my face. Aren't you glad I broke the rules? We laughed and sipped and laughed and sipped, the sun beaming all over our faces. This is happiness. This is family. This is love. Mama takes our hands. You girls deserve the sweetest things that life has to offer. Don't you let anyone tell you differently. Not even me. Mama collects our empty cups. Deborah, why don't you go fetch some flour with Lucy? Mama's got everything handled here. Mama is smiling. Her eyes are bright and clear. She gives me a kiss on the cheek. I love you. I love you too, Mama. Lucy stands at the door. I follow her to the wharf. I am there now. Time is here too. Overseer Frederick Steele outstretches his hand to me. Do you want freedom? He says. Yes, of course. I think. But thoughts are just thoughts without voice, and actions speak louder than words. Here is my dream right out in front of me, but why can't I grab his hand? I remember Lucy. I remember Mama. I remember hope and bravery and sweet things. I remember that not everything is certain, that there's never a clear right or wrong. Even then, there are always stories in between stories that we thought we knew. I can't keep living my life in the fear of the unknown. I'm 16 years old. Maybe I'll have 100 more moments after. Maybe not. But I do know I don't want any of my time stained with regret. Time unpauses the world. For a moment, the British flag gives way to the sky. It's clear, all of it, bright, I take Frederick's hand